In the heart of a tranquil morning, John ventured into the woods that enveloped his rustic cabin. The forest had always been his sanctuary, a place where he could escape the demands of the world. Yet, on this particular morning, fate had a different plan for him. A haunting howl pierced the stillness, a mournful cry that echoed through the trees. John's instincts kicked in, and he carefully lowered his camping gear, his eyes scanning the dense undergrowth. With deliberate caution, he moved closer, compelled to investigate the source of the sorrowful cry. In the clearing before him, a majestic timber wolf stood trapped in the unforgiving jaws of a cruel steel contraption. The creature struggled to free its ensnared leg, but its efforts were in vain. Desperation emanated from the wolf, who eventually surrendered, laying down as if resigned to its fate. John's heart sank as he gazed upon the beleaguered beast. Shock coursed through him, a visceral reaction to the suffering before him. He felt an overwhelming urge to help, to rescue the wounded creature from its dire predicament. Yet, as he inched closer, trepidation washed over him, for the wild was a realm of unpredictability. The wolf, despite its growling and raised hackles, seemed more frightened than ferocious. John retreated, unwilling to risk harm to himself, but determination welled within him. He noticed something unexpected. The wolf was unmistakably a female, her teeth swollen with milk. This revelation meant there were helpless pups, perhaps still clinging to life, in dire need of their mother's care. Nursing puppies without their mother's nourishment faced a grim fate. Time was of the essence. John couldn't afford hesitation. He had become a man who refused to surrender, not to life's trials, nor to a dying mother wolf. The wolf's condition was dire, blood loss from the leg injury draining her strength. Left unaided, she would surely succumb. John, guided by his medical training, knew he had to act swiftly. With cautious resolve, he approached the trapped wolf, gently touching her paw. To his surprise, she didn't retaliate. She was on the verge of surrender. With trembling hands, John manipulated the trap, desperately seeking to release her. His heart raced as the contraption refused to yield. The minutes were ticking away, a race against death itself. In a surge of determination, he found a rock and pounded the release button until, finally, it sprung open. Exhausted but undeterred, he lifted the ailing wolf onto his shoulder, dragging her to his cabin with unwavering resolve. It was a laborious journey, but he couldn't allow her to perish. Within the shelter of his cabin, the wolf's life hung in the balance. As the warmth of the fireplace enveloped the room, John assessed her injuries, meticulously cleansing and treating her wounds. Her leg, though damaged, remained unbroken, thanks to his timely intervention. Hope flickered as the wolf began to show signs of life. Her growl, though filled with trepidation, was a testament to her resilience. John knew she would survive, but the fate of her pups still hung in the balance. Once she was stable, John carefully transported her to the cabin's porch. He had to find the wolf pups, a daunting task that required every ounce of his survival and tracking expertise. His military background now became his greatest ally. With unwavering determination, John scoured the surroundings for clues. Finally, a hidden opening beneath the forest floor caught his attention. It could be the den he sought, but the pups were trained to stay inside until they heard their mother's call. John's heart pounded as he attempted to mimic the wolf's call. Silence answered his efforts. He tried again, the echoes of his plea fading into the woods. Just as he contemplated the perilous prospect of entering the cave, a tiny wolf pup emerged. Hunger and desperation had compelled it to brave the unknown, forsaking the safety of the den. Others soon followed, and John, realizing he couldn't carry all four, ingeniously placed them in a pouch, sealing their fate within. His mission wasn't over. He had to ensure no pup remained behind. Cautiously, he crawled into the den, his heart pounding with trepidation. It wasn't as deep as he had imagined, and his search revealed no other pups. Satisfied, he retrieved the precious cargo and reunited them with their mother. As the pups eagerly nestled against their mother's side, John held his breath, praying she'd recognize them. The poignant moment was etched in his heart as the she-wolf tenderly licked her offspring, affirming their bond. Days passed, and the she-wolf's strength steadily returned. She could now stand, walk, and tend to her pups. One morning, she barked at her offspring, signaling it was time to leave. John watched with mixed emotions as the wolf and her pups ventured into the wilderness, disappearing into the depths of the forest. The pack of wolves returned, a reunion that both thrilled and unnerved John. The she-wolf's bark once again served as the voice of reason, and the tension in the air dissolved as the pack backed away. John knew better than to underestimate the wild. swiftly retreating to the safety of his cabin where he could watch, humbled and awed, as the wolves interacted in his garden. Days turned into weeks, and the wolves never returned. John never saw them again. Yet he knew that in that fleeting moment he had offered a chance at life to 4 vulnerable wolf pups and a she-wolf. It was a testament to his unyielding determination and a bond forged in the crucible of adversity, forever etched in the annals of the wilderness. If you found this incredible story of survival and compassion as captivating as we did, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you won't miss our next thrilling adventure. We'll be bringing you more heartwarming tales from the wild, so stay tuned for more heart-pounding moments and unforgettable encounters. Subscribe now and join us on our journey to explore the wonders of our world.